Mr. Vaibhav Goel, Chief Operating Officer, Breathe Easy Consultants. He is an engineering techno-marketing professional with more than 17 years of industry experience with diverse skill set. He is supporting various corporates and building owners to enhance the productivity of occupants by providing suitable and optimum indoor air solutions. He has been instrumental in designing the IAQ systems for achieving perfect air quality in various homes, offices, schools, healthcare, and other facilities. He has also been involved in the net zero energy building design and playing in different and extreme climatic conditions and conducted assessments of data as per green building approach for different typologies of buildings. Today, Mr. Goel will talk about importance, measuring and improvement of air quality. Let's welcome Mr. Goel.
Thank you, Trishna, and thank you to my co-panelist. Good afternoon, everyone. And as mentioned by Mr. Vishal, that health and wellness of people depends on the air quality and the overall environmental quality of the spaces. It is very important to know some facts which should be in front of you. I have not prepared any slides for the presentation because I just want to interact with people and I want to correlate the sessions and correlate what we are thinking today is right approach or wrong approach. Sometimes, we as engineers think that this is the right approach for any building and every building, but it comes from the users that no, this is not the right approach. It should be dependent on how the space has been used by him or how the utility of the space has been defined by the users or the administration of that building. So that becomes a very vital part of our design and engineering whenever we talk about especially the indoor air quality parameters and the solutions. It should take care of the occupants. And that's why I just want to present some data in front of you. As Mr. Vishal mentioned, that damage to health because of air pollution has been so large and it is on increased, I would say it is on higher side if we compare to the last 10 years. Then you can say that as per WHO, 3.8 million deaths have been occurring per year, and due to that we are losing $4.5 trillion every year on economy side. So it is a huge loss not only to the humankind but also on the economy side. So whether we are ready for this kind of loss or whether we are ready for this kind of COVID transmissions, it is up to us that how we think that our buildings or our spaces should be designed in such a way that we are being taken care whenever I'm in hospital, I'm in office, I'm in my gym, school, or wherever I am. Whatever the indoor space is being designed, has it been designed with full attention, with full kind of care, which needs to be, I would say, which needs to take care of the solution that could provide me the total interactive environment as well as the protective environment. So whether we talk about the diseases, you talk about cancer, tuberculosis, bronchitis, any disease which is related to lungs and heart. We are very disheartened to listen to all COVID related news, but maybe very few people on this session also might know that this 3.8 million figure is coming from deaths due to air pollution. So it is a number in front of you. It is a number of loss in front of you. And we need to think as a joint venture, as a joint initiative of people who are participating in this session. I would urge them to follow the steps, to follow the presentations in making and designing their building spaces more efficient in terms of energy as well as the wellness. So yes, the solution to air pollution indoors is very much dilution, and I don't know how many of you have gone into detail of one slide which Mr. Vishal has taken us through, how much water you are taking, how much air you are taking, and how much food you are taking in 24 hours. But may I ask one question, that does anybody account for or care for healthy lifestyle or air in their healthy lifestyle? Have you ever heard a word called air lifestyle? We have food lifestyle. We are now progressing towards organic food and organic this and organic drinks and all that. But have you ever tried talking about the air lifestyle with your friends, with your colleagues, with your roommates, anybody in the session? They can chat yes on the on the chat box. I would love to have discussion with them. So air has impacted people in several forms. We have seen that mostly in the form of cognitive ability of people, and it is impacting from childhood till the middle age and so on and so forth. The cognitive abilities of people have been derived by the CO2 levels and the oxygen levels inside the room wherever we are occupied and we are doing our work. So this is something very interesting, and I would like to break it up in the similar fashion what Mr. Vishal has done, but I would just emphasize on what needs to go in each and every block. So the ventilation, the air quality, the air improving cleaners or air purifiers, you can call it as, and the monitoring systems. So what we have seen in the past that 7 out of 10 dirtiest cities, or I would say polluted cities in the world, are present in India. Today we have, this is the good forum, that's why we are talking, and this is something which we need to talk more often, that if 7 out of 10 cities, polluted cities, are present in India, then why we are not doing anything in outdoor pollution also? So this is the joint responsibility. I would urge all of you to talk about outdoor pollution as well while talking about the indoor air pollution. How each and every one of us can do something which can lower down the outdoor air pollution levels also. So right back to the indoor air pollution, starting from ventilation, it is absolutely right that air changes per hour increases, but we can't have the fully ventilated spaces because outdoor air is also polluted, and we do not have the ability, or I would say the rights, to have natural ventilated spaces in the cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Calcutta, or Bangalore. So we need to have the ventilation systems designed with the right kind of filtration. What is that right kind of filtration? Do we know about the right kind of filtration? How do we address that? So that depends on the outdoor city level pollution. It needs to be taken care that where I'm designing the building, what kind of building orientation is, and how the airflow will be in terms of, is it a very rural space? Is it a very polluted space? Is it very near to the industrial space? Or sometimes I've seen the buildings are being designed or being, they are starting the building at the shores of open drainages. You will be amazed to see that we were shocked when we saw the results of the harmful gases which are coming out of that open drainage. So we have to design the ventilation systems as per those harmful gases, which should not enter into my building and which should protect my occupants accordingly. So whether my system is being designed for those pollutants, the pollutants which are varied in nature are particulate matter, PM10, PM2.5. People are talking about PM1s also. But are we talking about CO2? Are we talking about TVOCs? Are we taking care of SOx, NOx, ozone levels? According to CSE, Center for Science and Environment, the recent study, where 5 days back they have published this, even in the lockdown last year, full lockdown period, they have tested the ozone levels. The ozone levels were above even in the lockdowns, and we have been studying in all our literatures that ozone have been produced because of the NOx which is being produced by the vehicular movement and the sunlight. If the vehicular movement was not there, if the industrial movement was stopped, from where the ozone levels have gone up? This is the question which we have to ask while designing the ventilation system, whether my system has been designed to take care of all these pollutants or not. You can go up to grade MERV, starting from G4 grade, going up to the MERV 14, MERV 15 filters, including the chemical filtration, which is broadly known as gas filters, which will take care of these gases, can help you to design good ventilation systems and having the appropriate air changes. At the same time, you will have to keep in mind that what kind of energy levels you are using. Coming to coming to the air purifiers, which are indoor air purifiers, one of the aspects which people think that putting the air purifier is the only solution to the air pollution. I'm giving you the example of Delhi. People in Delhi think that I have bought the recent air purifier from the market, which has been launched yesterday, and now I am okay with the indoor air quality. This is a myth. Sorry to say that this is the myth associated with the air cleaners. Air cleaners need to be installed in the specific zone, in the specific manner. They have to, you have to calculate before giving any air cleaner or buying any air cleaner from manufacturer. You have to be sure that what kind of air changes it is bringing. Air changes of that clean air has to be calculated beforehand, so that you are aware that in how much time or in 1 hour, how many clean air changes would happen with this air cleaner. Will it make impact on all the kind of pollutants which I have talked about or not? Whether it's an odor, it's a smell issue, it's a TVOC issue, or it's a PM issue, or maybe it's an issue of gases. While I'm saying this, most of the industrial belt of Noida is actually open to the open nalas, is actually facing, one face of the building is normally facing towards that open drainage system in mostly in Greater Noida. So they will have to install the gaseous filters more and more, and they will have to be dependent on these kind of systems where gases are controlled, and thus their occupants are not having the ailments or the diseases because of these gases presence. So we need to keep in mind those strategies. And when we are talking about the strategies about air cleaners, can it be applied to the larger buildings with AHUs, with the different kind of HVAC system? Yes, it can be defined, and it is normally it is very easy, but yes, it increases the cost. It increases the cost of energy as well. But when we talk about the combination of some kind of would give you perfect results. If you compare the results of that combination, amazed to see that there are results, and you can actually purify and filter the air through that combination very easily. You need not to, even in some cases, we have not changed the motors and the fans of the AHUs. Maybe upgrading your AHUs with certain kind of filtration, maybe up to Mark 14, Mark 13, and then addition of some good quality and healthy, HEPA structured air cleaners, which can provide you all kind of relief from this kind of baskets of pollutants which are all around us. And this technology needs to be bought carefully when it is tested, certified, and proven. You need to be sure when you are putting something in your home or in your office or in your bedroom or in your then you should be sure that are we doing the right thing in terms of indoor air quality. So it's not the matter of only air cleaners, it's the matter of ventilation plus air cleaners. Having said that done, everything is in place, ventilation is in place, air quality cleaners or air cleaners, air purifiers are in place. What are you going to do about this whole picture? Are we showcasing this picture? Are we trying to showcase these numbers on the screen? Or maybe if I'm the employer, am I clear that whatever I have done correctly, and I have rights to show to my employees? Can any of you go back to your boss's place or HR or your admin and ask them that what kind of air I'm breathing inside this office, what kind of air I'm breathing in this kind of maybe the administrative office or the hotel or wherever you are, indoor space. So the air quality monitors plays a very vital role in this. When you have air quality monitors, it helps both ways. Whatever the technology has been adopted is giving you the appropriate results as per design results. In projects, we always talk about the as per design, but actually the real-time continuous monitoring gives you the actual and real-time data. and that will validate your design. Every hour, every minute, you can validate your design. It's not one-time job by any third-party commissioning agent. It's the job of every hour, every minute you are breathing in that space. So that is how it helps. The second way of helping it out is it is communicating. It is a method of communication to your employees, to your subordinates, to your colleagues, to your friends, that I am breathing a good air or I am breathing a bad air. I need to do something. And that helps you to bridge the gap. And that becomes a very, very solid kind of, I would say, full cycle where you can have the improvisation areas, you have the data with you, and you can present it to your management with the data that this is what we want, this is what we have adopted. With this adoption, I'm achieving this much result, but I want to do better. And how to do better, that becomes a technology part. So with this, I would end up here with the introduction in this space. Thank you, Krisha.